Hello and welcome. It's Monday, the weekend's over, and we're still missing golf. Yes, we sit, we debate, because we need to keep active in the golfing world. But at least there was some golf over the weekend to watch for everybody. Before I bring everybody in, what are we here for? We're here to choose the Duckhook Golfers golf course. We're in hole 4, which is going to be interesting because there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions on hole 4. And we are not all on the same page. We've had a discussion before the time. Let me introduce everybody back. That's Ryan and Dylan. Hello, everybody. How are we today?
Guys.
All good, all good.
Let's talk about the golf that was on yesterday. 4 guys playing some golf. Did you guys enjoy it? Did it make it worse?
Yeah, it was exciting to see. Exciting to see. And even the pros being rusty the first couple of holes, couple of bogeys, couple of wayward drives. Not getting the wedge shots so close. But yeah, I think it made it worse to just get out there on golf course again.
Definitely.
Really exciting watching them though. You can see they're human.
Yeah. Which is good.
The standard of golf wasn't great. I think that's
but it was fun to watch, you know, and coming down to the wire there definitely shows the rustiness with Ricky pretty much shanking his playoff shot.
Yeah. I was quite surprised how far Matt Wolf hits the golf ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And no wide. The ones I saw him hit, he was missing fairways by quite a distance.
Yeah, it was too long to drive. He split the fairways in half.
On the first long drive challenge, he gave Rory like 40 meters.
Yes, I did see that. Cut the bunker and everything.
Jeez, yeah.
Very good. Well, we can only hope for some more, and soon. So, let us recap the holes that we have selected already. So these are the holes we've already selected. It's the first hole is Reading, the par 4. Glendale's moving on to a par 5, and then recently we added Kailami, the par 3 third over the water, to the mix. So, what does it mean? It means today we're looking at hole 4. But we have a special guest today to join us for the hole 4 discussion. And that is, drumroll everybody, Mr. Dorian Fourie. Hello, Dorian. Welcome.
Yeah. How's it, guys? How you all doing?
We're good.
Boy.
Thanks for
I'm
joining
happy
us.
to see that your head's shining, not got something stuck in the middle anymore.
I do look a little bit better than what I did. But yeah, you know, when you can shave your head anyways because it's lockdown, it's always time to have some fun. Maybe I need to do something with this beard of mine, shave some patterns in there.
You do a little Matthew Wolf if you want.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got Dorian on. He's a Duckhook regular, and he's been very involved in our chat, sending us videos. So we thought, why not just come on and be a guest for today? Okay, let's remind you of the choices that we have for the hole 4. All right, going through them, we have 9 par 4s, we have 4 par 3s, and we have 2 par 5s. So that already narrows it down. We've already got our top 3. So we got Blue Valley, the par 4. Highlands Gate, which is a very popular hole on the polls on Facebook. Then we got Peakenwood, 4th hole, also short hole after the par 3. Danefern's got a par 3. Serengeti's got a par 4. Eagle Canyon's got their first par 3 over the water. Rand Park's got the long par 5 down the hill. Woodhill, the stroke 1, par 4. Copperleaf's got that enormous par 5 down the back. Then Royal, we've got that par 4 up the hill. Glen Vista's got the par 3 over the water. Irene's also got a monumental par 3, which I don't think many people will be choosing. Ibotsi, the stroke 1, the par 4. Houghton and Jackal Creek are on the list today. So, where shall we start? Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's go with Dylan. You go first. Dylan, what have we chosen today?
I have selected Woodhill. The par 4. It's quite a unique hole. It's not something you see a lot, having a sort of bunkered quarry basically. It's a good 2.5 meters below eye level. But I also think it's quite a fair hole. So although I hadn't realised it was the stroke 1 now that you mentioned it, but although the tee shot is quite tough, the long headers can kind of sneak it over the corner. Once you have done that for the longer hitters, not necessarily that you've created or gained such a huge advantage, because it's a very strange green complex. It's very, very flat. The fairway almost is cut exactly the same level as the green, which is quite rare. It has no banking in the green whatsoever. And then they've placed a tree about 30 meters short of the green on the right-hand side. And what all that stuff does is basically create an optical illusion. So when you stand there, you might only have 100, 120 meters, whatever it is. You hit this great risk tee shot. But then you stand there and you have no sort of depth perception. And it's hard to see where the pin is placed. And I've played a lot of times there where guys have had good tee shots and they hit their second shot short of that flag. So it's not a case of just hitting it over the corner and, okay, I've done my job here. So the flip side of that is the guys that then can't take it over the corner, or maybe your faders of the ball that faded away from the dog leg, they can still sort of run it up that green. And it's almost like the green is designed for a shot to run up a long iron or a hybrid shot. It's actually almost an easier shot to get to the flag rather than a wedge shot, which is very, very rare. So it's almost like a par 5 green on a par 4 hole, and it makes that wedge shot not dangerous. I mean, it's not a scary wedge shot, but you don't hit that wedge shot close very often, and you kind of leave that green scratching your head a little bit. And I like that. I think that's quite clever, quite ingenious.
Very good hole. Ryan, you've got the same hole, if I'm not mistaken.
To be honest, Naz, that was one of my holes that just kind of slipped into that spot because I wasn't really sure what other hole to pick. But you know what? After really sort of, I couldn't find any pictures to explain it to myself. But after watching the flyover now and everything, I 100% agree with Bill. You can leave yourself a long shot in, play it safe up the sort of center of the fairway from the tee box, or for the longer hitters, go look at the corner sort of edge of the bunker and try and take it on. It is quite a shot to get it up there. But I can't disagree with anything that Bill said. Yes, it's a big green. Yes, it's quite flat. But if you miss that green, you don't really have a nice shot. It's not the nicest bunker on the right-hand side. I was in there when we played earlier this year. And if you miss it left, not fun. Long, thick, ugly, rough. Unless you're really on point with your long iron, you're going to struggle to get it anywhere near to look for a birdie, or I think it is one of those par 4s that you'd be more than happy to walk off with a par and just move on.
100%. More than happy with a par.
And quite a tough hole, as being the stroke one, quite a tough hole to sort of be starting your round off. After going through Reading, Glendower and Kyalami, you're wanting to be 1 or 2 under maybe through those 3 holes, but this fourth hole being Woodhill, that can bite you.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave Dorian for last because he's going to be with the majority of opinions. Fats, you're up. What have you got on for us?
Right, I'm sort of in a similar position as Ryan. Going through my list, all the holes, I put all the holes in that I really like first, and then you start, switching them around and adding one here, adding one there. But eventually, I got to my fourth, is another stroke one. It's Ibotsi. I know a lot of people don't like that hole. Personally, I think it's actually not that bad. Standing on the tee box, it looks like a really difficult tee shot, but once you get to the fairway and you look back, it's actually really quite wide. So it's not that difficult a tee shot, but your second shot, the approach shot, is where the trick comes in, I think, for the stroke one. With the slopey green as well, especially when they tuck the pin on the left-hand side. Always. Not a lot of people will go for that pin. Because if you're long, you're in the rough. If you're left, you can't miss that. That's just ball gone. Short, you got the bunker and rough. So sort of bail out right or middle of the green, and it's still not an easy 2-putt. All in all for me, I think that's a great hole as a stroke one. And as Ryan mentioned, we've got 3, I wouldn't say easy starting holes, but scoring holes. And then to the fourth, you want to get to a difficult hole, stroke 1, stroke 2. So that's my choice.
Great. Okay.
If I can just add to that,
go.
That is a crackerjack of a shot. Really, really. And I think what you don't realize as well is you don't really get a flat line at fairway.
No.
You can hit it, left, right, whatever, and you always have this sort of hanging lie or side hill lie or whatever. And a lot of people are going to be hitting it sort of 160 plus to that elevated green with a for dodgy slope. That's a real strong par for that.
Yeah, I think what adds to that is most of the time the ball will be above your feet, and generally you'll hook it left, and you can't go left on that hole. So that makes it really interesting as well.
Yeah.
Let me quickly go through my selection, and this selection is unfortunate because there's so many other good holes. I had Woodhill there, I had Royal Joburg East up the hill, avoiding the bunker, but ultimately I went back and I decided to choose Houghton, the fourth up the hill, with that impossible green. You move this way. That if you're too far at the back and it's fast, that's a tough putt. So I've gone with Houghton. I don't think that's going to count for much, but at least you know. So, Dorian, it is now your turn. It's now your turn to tell us what you have gone for.
I'm too scared to say something. Dylan's already threatened me if I raise my point of view. So, yeah, Maz, you know what? That Houghton fourth is a tricky hole, especially when you teeing it off from that elevated height down into the valley over that water and then all the way up the hill to a horrible green. I'm not a favorite of Houghton. I don't like the course very much. I find their greens are very putt like.
Be nice.
Over hills and valleys and triple breaks and everything like that. But no, my choice is Highland Gate, the fourth. Simply, and it's a difficult choice for me because there are amazing holes on Highland Gate. The 14th par 5 to me is amazing. The 15th par 3, the 18th. There's so many, but it's a difficult hole. If I remember correctly, I think it's a stroke 2. And once if you're coming off a par 3 to, like Ryan said, you're now hitting a difficult hole. It's downhill.
Yeah, look how pretty that is. This is what I could find. That is so pretty in the background.
It's an amazing. It's probably one of the most scenic holes there is, but it's a difficult hole. If that wind is blowing into you, it's a beast. If it's blowing from the side, you can blow all the way onto the fifth hole. Good chance to land in those bunkers on the left. But if it's right and you do land in the middle of the fairway and you got some roll, it's an easy chip on and a good possibility for a birdie. So yeah, that would be my choice. It's just a fantastically designed hole, and Ernie L said it properly. That's where you grab your camera and you start taking pictures, and you're not too sure if you're going to play golf or take photographs. So
that's the reason you picked it.
Yeah, it was a difficult choice.
We know how much you love photos on a golf course.
It's easy to play that hole. You just aim for the cart path, let it run down the cart path all the way to the bottom, get a free drop, and you're like 10 meters away. That's not so difficult.
No, that sounds like Louis Oosthuizen with his 500-yard drive.
I have played with a few people who've managed to do the cart path thing, unbelievably. And then I've been past many people playing the fifth, where they, like you mentioned, they're in the bushes and on that fairway. It is a stunning hole. But again, even Carl van der Lende has selected it. And let me show you the Facebook poll, just to confirm that, yes, Highlands Gate is the most popular, followed by, actually, which is surprising, Blue Valley and Houghton. So we went too far off there. So thank you for taking part of the poll.
Blue Valley was one of my choices until Coach told me I mustn't say anything about it.
It's a stunning hole, and you come out after that par 3, which is kind of sheltered, especially the first time you play Highland Gate, and you open up this valley and these mountains, and it's a breathtaking view. But it's to be honest, it's a poor golf hole. I mean, you can hit it anywhere there. You can hit it thin, it runs. You can hit it right, it comes back. You can block it way right and just play from the other side. For Dorian, with all due respect, I don't know what your latest index is, maybe 16 or something, but you can't be having a stroke 1 or 2 where a 16 handicap is going, I can run it up there and maybe have a birdie. That's come from his mouth, and he said that. That's not a tough hole. It's a beautiful hole, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful hole, but Highland Gate is full of so many unique, unbelievable golf challenges that I don't think you just put in a picturesque hole just because there's a mountain and a valley. So yes, beautiful, take your photos, post them on Facebook, whatever, but as a golf hole and as a quality to make our 18, I don't think so. I think it's a slightly poor hole.
I'm going to have to agree with Dylan there. Myself, I think I've played there about 8 or 9 times. For that fourth hole, I think I'm maybe one over or even. I've made a couple of birdies there. If it's wind still or a little bit of breeze from the back, you don't have more than a lob wedge or a gap wedge into that green. And also, I think your approach shot, the bailout is right. You can't go left. But if you hit it slightly right of the green, you'll get the roll onto the green because everything slopes from right to left on that green. So chances are you're going to get close and an easy two-putt or birdie. So, yeah, it's not a difficult golfing hole. Like Dylan said as well off the tee, you've got so many options, missing right, missing left, hitting thin. And you still got a good chance for getting up onto the green for two. But, yeah, beautiful, beautiful hole. And I think with the panel, like we've said a couple of times already, there are so many good holes at Highland Gate still to come.
Okay.
Right, like I said, Fats, sorry, Maz, it was a difficult choice for me. If you look at, I am a high handicap or a mid to high handicap golfer, so I evaluate holes much different than most other people. It comes down to enjoyability of playing as well. I definitely think, like I said, the 14th on Highland Gate, the par 5, would be the one up there, but it's also probably for a high handicap golfer, the scariest hole that you can play. You don't know if you can't hit left, you can't hit right, you can't hit long, you can't hit short. You have to be so pinpoint over there. But yeah, from a high handicap, I rate holes on enjoyability and playability.
For sure, but let me put it to you this way, Darren. So let me say you're driving out to Dalston to play Highland Gate, and you get a phone call from the club, and they say, listen, we've had some problems with the weather and stuff, and one hole is closed. So you're going to get to play Highland Gate, but you can't play the one hole. Which hole would you rather play and not play? Would you rather play the 14th at Highland Gate because the 4th is closed, or would you rather play the 4th and skip the 14th? You can still drive up there. Yeah. You can still drive up to the 4th tee and see the hole and see the valley as you're driving down to the 5th tee box, but you can't play the hole. Or would you skip the whole of the 14th, which is a unique challenge that we don't get to face on a regular basis? A longish downhill sloping par 4, you can find that anywhere.
Okay, guys. Before we move on, let's just remind everybody else of the other choices, and let's discuss one or two of those holes. Okay, Blue Valley's off the cards, obviously. Peakenwood's par 4, straightforward, big bunk on the right-hand side, nothing too special with that. Danefern's got that par 3 with the water on the left, but we've already got a par 3, so we're going to avoid the par 3s. Same with Eagle Canyon. Serengeti's par 4, nothing special. The big par 5 at Copperleaf down in the bottom, any views on that one?
Too long.
Too long.
Too long.
Just crickets. Nobody's interested in that.
Nobody's interested in that. Okay. I did say, what about Royal East, the 4th hole that goes up the hill? Brian, you should have a good idea of that one. What is your thought on Royal East's par 4?
I've got a different hole for Royal East, and I think everyone will agree with it. But that is an unbelievably challenging hole early in your round. We, even through winter with college, we're teeing off at 7 o'clock. You're getting to this massive uphill par 4. I think it's the stroke 2, if I'm not mistaken, or stroke 4. It's one of the lowest strokes. But it's a tough hole. But I don't think it's their best hole that we can have on this 18. That's all I'm going to say about it. There's so many good holes at Royal.
100%.
For again, even going to Dorian's point of playability, it's not the kindest hole to anyone. Never mind your higher handicappers. But yeah, just on Royal as a whole, much better holes to choose.
Yeah. Absolutely agree.
Okay, right. We have to knuckle this down. And we have to choose a hole. And so far...
Max, what did you choose?
I chose Houghton's 4th hole.
Oh,
just up the hill, yeah. Who wants to narrow this down? So we're going to take Highlands Gate out of it?
I think so. I think we save Highland Gate. Definitely.
Okay, so we apologize to everybody else. That's probably messed up a lot of people's 18 holes.
In other words, the Duckhook poll that you guys all click on means absolutely nothing to this conversation.
Sorry. Well, we got to get somewhere.
We're just trying to get clicks on the page, that's all.
Ibotsi.
And it's something to debate about.
Yeah.
If we're picking most picturesque 18, then sure, it makes.
Yes, definitely. But I definitely think our choice is going to be between Woodhill and Ibotsi.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Stroke ones
Both good stroke ones.
Good holes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Woodhill and Ibotsi. Michael Roberts says Ibotsi.
Okay, let's look at the comments.
Looking at the
Woodhill or
comments,
Ibotsi?
it's pretty
Guys,
much
go.
it's pretty much between the two of them and the Highlands Gate guys. But okay.
So let's get the guys' comment in the next minute. Everybody watching, just go Woodhill or Ibotsi, and let's see what we get.
between you guys. Woodhill and Ibotsi.
What are you thinking, Maz?
Maz, what do you think?
I'm thinking Ibotsi, to be honest.
Okay, Dorian?
Out of the two, no matter what I say, Della's going to rag me. Yeah.
No, Ibotsi or Woodhill?
No, you know what? As long as it's not the 18th on Ibotsi, I'm fine. Let's go Ibotsi.
Yeah, so we're 3-2 on the poll, yeah?
And on our chat, as we see, Leon Farhad gone for Ibotsi, Richard Stewart's gone for Woodhill. Who else? Jaco Grobla went for Woodhill. Carl van der Linde's gone for Woodhill.
I'm behind another hole at Ibotsi. That's also part of the reason. And I don't see another hole at Woodhill that's really good enough to make.
Agree. I struggled to even put that one in. I nearly didn't even put Woodhill in.
Jacques says Ibotsi.
It was one of my last picks as well, but it's a really nice golf. It's really enjoyable to play. Always in good nick, always pretty, whatever. But when you start going through the holes, there's not really anything that stands out. Yeah, but it's kind of quite almost like a special place. But it's golf course, it's not. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, boys.
Yeah, I think that's a point that we need to keep in here as well, Maz. I know you're wanting to get to a decision, but what else would you pick from Woodhill? That's like Dill's saying. Where else are we going to get a hole fitting into our stunning, hard but easy but picturesque 18 holes from Woodhill?
Trying to keep everybody happy. The Woodhill course, the fourth and Woodhill, like Dylan and Ryan have said, it's an incredibly challenging hole. And what else do you put in Woodhill? Because Woodhill is, another 17 fairly average holes that don't really fit into anything else. So where if you look at Ibotsi, there are still some real good challenging holes on Ibotsi that will very easily fit into the 18.
Are you jumping the fence, Steve?
I'm punting for free lessons here, Dill.
Okay, so
Always
does that mean it's more Woodhill now?
To me, it doesn't really matter which hole we go with.
Okay.
Ibotsi purely because it's on my list, the way I calculated my 18. But I mean, I had Woodhill in at number, I think 15 or 16, just to fill up my 18, and that it had a par 4 there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if we don't go Ibotsi the fourth, there's plenty of other good holes there I can choose. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm convinced that that is the best hole on Woodhill. I'm just gonna have to make some adjustments to my personal course. You bastard. But yeah, I'll go Woodhill. I think it's a good hole, challenging hole, and you've also got that waste bunker on the left if you pull it a bit. So your ball's not lost, you're still in play. Great hole.
Okay. Yes.
Have we convicted you? Come on, man.
Yeah,
I just see the way Maz rolled his eyes. I'm not too sure yet.
It's so difficult. It's impossible because, you have to choose one. And as we go through the discussions, I'd prefer to play Woodhill's that hole than Ibotsi's hole. Because, like everybody's saying, there's other nice holes on Ibotsi. Except the par 5 12th. Not on my list.
That's yours. It's lovely. You pull it into the water on the right. Love it.
Fate.
So, Woodhill it is.
Woodhill it is. Okay.
Here we go.
All right, we're going to go with Woodhill, the fourth hole. So we have a stroke one at least. I wonder at the end of this how many stroke ones we'll have on our course.
Just 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely know what that is.
Fantastic, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We've got hole 5 next. So keep interested, keep commenting on our polls, and then we'll see how it goes. By the time we get to all 18, it will be very, very interesting.
Comment on the polls. They don't mean anything.
No, don't say that. Then they don't vote in the polls. They got to vote in the polls. All right, Dorian, thank you for joining us as our special guest. We will contact somebody else next time.
Thanks, Steve.
It helps debating.
It does, absolutely. It's good. It's good to get some good opinions in there, and I think it's one of the things that's missing on golf is actually discussing golf courses. We play a lot of different golf courses, but there's to really sit down and hear, especially for myself as a higher handicap, the views of how certain holes are played. I'll never play Highland Gate, the fourth hole, the same ever again. Now that's ruined it for me. I'll take my pictures and then just walk to the fifth.
With a birdie.
Take a video. Multiple.
So yeah, but it's good. No, it's good to discuss and it's good to debate, and that's what it's all about.
And we're looking at doing some more of these type of programs, debating programs. So give us some time, and we'll get everybody involved because we want you part of our community and involved. Okay, everybody, it's time to say goodbye. The long wave.
Cheers, guys.
Until next time.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
There you go.